Dear students, today we will be dealing with the retrosynthetic strategies and disconnection approach. Earlier we've studied these topics: RX-CC disconnection, chemoselectivity, importance of order of events, and use of acetylene. So all these now will be taken up because we have this background knowledge. So we will be applying it to solving some of these retrosynthetic issues as to how to synthesize molecules having some or the other synthetic importance. They may be in as pharmaceuticals, medicinal compounds, agri-chemicals, and so on. So first of all, let's see. This is the first example that we'll be dealing with. This is a 7-carbon compound. Alcohol, as we can see, alcohol is the functional group here. Now, going about the retrosynthesis, first we will disconnect 1, 2. That is 2 bonds away from this functional group. 1, 2. So it is a 1, 2 carbon-carbon disconnection because this carbon and this carbon, these are the bonds which are being disconnected. So we will get a positive charge here and a negative charge here. It can be the other way around also, that we get a negative here and a positive here. But if we have a negative here, with that we won't be able to synthesize a synthetic equivalent. Hence, a positive here and a negative here. So a positive charge here will be neutralized because oxygen has lone pair, by virtue of which oxygen will be getting a positive charge, which can be eliminated in the form of H positive. So here we get the epoxide as the synthetic equivalent, that is the working reagent will be the epoxide. And at the same time, the other end, the other 2 carbons which have disconnected, they will be negatively charged, and we know that the Grignard reagent gives very good negatively charged ions. So R negative will be formed from here, the carbene ion. Now we can, again, we have disconnected a 7 carbon. We can keep counting our carbons. Now this is 5 carbon. This is 2 carbon. Now we have got this epoxide. Can it be simplified further? Yes, it can. Because we know an epoxide ring is formed from a double bond by epoxidation with perbenzoic acids. So what we are going to do in the reverse, we will write it here. That is while we are trying to synthesize. So we will write this, that is this epoxide being synthesized by this, from this epoxidation of double bond. Now how can this double bond be obtained? Double bond by elimination. So for elimination, if supposing we have an H here and a Br here, so potassium tertiary butoxide will give us this double bond. So this is therefore written here because this will be the step we'll be taking while going to the reverse. And ultimately what we get is H and Br. So with potassium tertiary butoxide, we will be getting this type of a derivative. Now again 5 carbons. 5 carbons. Now let's see the synthesis, because this will occur in such a way that while the reverse, that HBr, when it adds, we will be getting the opposite of the Markovnikov product, that is a normal bromo product rather than isobromo. And now let's see the synthesis, because this is the ultimate we could have simplified it to. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is bromo pentane. Starting with that, the 5 carbon in the presence of tertiary butoxide, potassium tertiary butoxide, minus HBr, so Br and H, elimination reaction here, elimination, Br from here, H from here. This will be giving rise to this type of a double bond. Now this 5 carbon, with the help of perbenzoic acid, can be converted into this epoxide. Now this epoxide ring can, because it opens up, it's a very good reagent which we have obtained. So this with Grignard reagent with oxygen here, oxygen will come here, not here, not the other end, because this end it will be stable, oxygen negative here, because we will be getting the plus I effect from both the sides, carbons. So oxygen negative here. Had it been here, then we would have got the carbonium ion over here and carbonium ion over here, then positive. So now O negative here. So this opened up this way, the ring. O negative with MgBr will lead to the formation of this product, that is our target molecule, because O with, on hydrolysis, of course, O MgBr, and over here then the other portion with this CH2, because this end is positively charged, so CH2 CH3. So this is our target molecule. So this was the first synthesis on which we applied our earlier background knowledge of not only retrosynthesis, but at the same time the use of these reagents, that is perbenzoic chloroperbenzoic acid and potassium tertiary butoxide. This is how we synthesized it, starting from this simple starting reagent by means of this mechanism, and at the end we used our Grignard reagent so that we got the target molecule. Now from this, let us go to another of our retrosynthesis, example of another retrosynthesis. This is the target molecule in this case. It looks a complex molecule, but when we disconnect it, we will see that the disconnection is not difficult, because we know this alcohol here, this can be synthesized again by a Grignard reagent, as we did in the previous example. So a Grignard reagent, so how can it be disconnected? By, again, the disconnection will be such, and this time we are using a carbonyl. Let's disconnection. So the carbonyl at this level, because if we disconnected here at this point only, where the OH, this time it is not an epoxide, it is this 1,1 disconnection, not 1,2. So it is disconnected where the functional group is attached. So we will get this over here, that is 1, 2, these will be separated, and this will be negatively charged and this will be positively charged. Now remember, this is carbon-carbon 1,1 disconnection, again a carbon-carbon disconnection, but disconnection at the same point at where the functional group is attached from that same carbon. So it will disconnect here, and we are going to which level? This level of the carbonyl, because positive charge over here, so oxygen will nullify that positive charge by virtue of its lone pair. As a result, oxygen will get positive charge, which will be eliminated with H in the form of H positive. So we get a carbonyl. So carbonyl by 1,1 disconnection, this is 1,1 disconnection, same carbon where the functional group is. Now we know that this carbonyl can be achieved from an alcohol. So what we are going to do in the reverse, we write this here, like we wrote. In the reverse, we are going to use Grignard reagent, so we wrote this here. And now, see, it was seeming, and how this rather typical, but we've simplified it at one go. Coming to the synthesis, this is the synthesis, this alcohol, in the presence of pyridinium chlorochromate, PCC. PCC is milder than chromic. So it will give the oxidation to one level only, one level of oxidation, not to the acid. It will be prevented from forming an acid. It will stop at aldehyde. So one ladder oxidation by one ladder. So here alcohol oxidized, and we get this aldehyde, CH over here and O. No further, not the acid is formed, but the aldehyde is formed. Hence the use of this PCC. After this, the last step is simple, because we know that O with MgBr here we will get an alcohol, and carbon will be positive because carbon, this shift of pi electrons, so oxygen negative, Mgr positive, carbon positive, R negative, and this is R negative, CH3, CH2. So CH3, CH2, and we get the target molecule. So this was an interesting retrosynthesis, taking into consideration this good example it was, using our 1,1-CC disconnection, Grignard reagent, and at the same time oxidation at one level oxidation. So the use of reagents as well as carbon-carbons disconnection. So we started the disconnection using the simple alcohol. From here we oxidized it to one level using pyridinium chlorochromate, PCC. Then with the help of Grignard reagent we were able to get our target molecule, that is our alcohol. Now let's move on to this retrosynthesis. This retrosynthesis here is looking a little typical. It's got now a 3-membered ring at one end and an acetylenic CH3 C triple bond C at the other. So we are dealing with the use of acetylene in synthesis. On disconnecting it here, carbon, carbon, 1,1 disconnection. Because the functional group here, acetylenic group, we disconnect it at that very point where the functional group is present, that carbon itself. So 1,1 disconnection. So this end will get a positive charge. This is a positive charge. And the other end, we know, the acetylenic end will get a negative charge. This can be disconnected further, because we know that CH3 C triple bond C by CC disconnection can lead to acetylene and this methyl halide, because these two in the presence of a base will give us stepped up alkyne. And as we have this positive charge can be neutralized by Br negative, a good leaving group. Now the bond is not broken, so it is not disconnection. It won't be a disconnection. Earlier I had drawn a double, it will be a single arrow only, because we know that Br can easily be derived from an alcohol. So hence we've written this OH over here, because OH will easily disconnect. To simplify this further, we can see if we can simplify to the lowest level. So we know how can we get this. We can get this alcohol, this is a primary alcohol, by hydroboration oxidation at a double bond. That is, elimination will lead to a double bond. OH from here, H from here. So this double bond is formed. And how can we get this double bond? While going the reverse, so we write that hydroboration oxidation. Anti-Markovnikov addition on this will give us this normal alcohol. Now let's see the synthesis of this. So the synthesis will start from this double bonded compound. This double bonded compound, on reacting with, that is on hydroboration oxidation, this is shown here, will lead to the formation of this product, that is the anti-Markovnikov alcohol. This anti-Markovnikov alcohol can then be converted into the bromide by PBr3, etc. That is simple halogenation, nucleophilic substitution. And this bromide, in the presence of a base, will lead to the product with this, in the presence of a base, and this acetylene, methylene, the propyne which can be formed from acetylene and at the same time methyl halide to step up. So we will get propyne from acetylene and CH3Br. And in the presence of a base, we will get C negative. This C negative, this will be the leaving group, Br. So this will be the nucleophile. So a nucleophilic substitution takes place and we get our target molecule. So this was an example of this type of a target molecule using our concepts of use of acetylene, carbon-carbon 1-1 disconnection, that is disconnecting it where the functional group is attached. This time the functional group is this acetylene group. So we disconnect it at the acetylene level, get a positive charge at the other end and a negative charge on this acetylene, and as a result we will get these two CH3X. This is further disconnected, the propyne that we have got. This can be further disconnected, simplified, so that we get acetylene and CH3X. Now on connection, that is the synthesis, starting, because this we have disconnected further by hydroboration, elimination reaction to this alkene. Now this alkene becomes our starting material. From this alkene, by hydroboration oxidation, we get our normal alcohol, anti-Markovnikov product, and this from this alcohol can be derived. So this from Br, this Br over here can easily, the bromo, the alkyl, product, the halo product, so OH and Br, converted to Br by PBr3. And this then, in the presence of a base, combines with this acetylene. How? In a nucleophilic substitution reaction, HBr leaves, and in place of that, we get this acetylene which is attached to it. So that was all for today.